So this is what I managed to get done today. Unfortunately, it was super windy. It started off mild and then I had to like basically run for cover. I couldn't even finish that corner right there. And I had to tape everything up here, as you see, because I think it was like 30 miles or more. I started just laying everything down on the ground. But yes, that's all I can do today. So this is the view from this side and where you can see what I got done so far. So it's coming along. It's taking me way longer than what I expected, but you know, I'm getting there. This is some more of the behind the scenes of how the process all took place over these particular days. So I'm just getting the rods together to secure the panels, which, like I mentioned before, was the most difficult part of the whole gazebo because I was doing it by myself. So it was a little bit more challenging. Had to keep holding things in place, taping it, etc. If you don't get the panels directly in the slot right, have to take it out and do it again. So it was kind of mostly a lot of that took most of the time. And this is another angle. Okay, so the instructions for this gazebo was absolute pure crap BS. It basically just told you all the parts, how they come together, but not in what order. And as a result of that, that caused me at least 3 or 4 days, and I'm not even joking, of frustration just trying to get the panels because everything stopped there. But I decided to say F the instructions and just follow my own intuition and my common sense. And now things are going faster. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've pretty much completed this side. I just got to, remove the tape and then tighten everything, but I'm going to do that at the end. But when I was trying to put the panels on up there, they just kept sliding down. And what the instructions should have said was to put this on, but don't tighten it up. So what I did was I put the rail on at the end over there, and then now I put the panels slide in, and I'll have to keep on trying to, keep them in place. So that changed everything. This is me putting on the panels after figuring out how to do it a little bit easier. And it was nice to enjoy a shade under there as well. My neighbors is the sound you hear in the background. They happen to be working all the time when I would be working as well. So what I did was, once I got it high enough, I secured it with these trigger things, and then I actually used these stakes. I don't know if you can see it because it's so bright, but I put the stakes inside the holes to hold this in place. This actually came with the kit, but yeah. So as I mentioned, things started to go a little bit faster once I started to use my own thought process of how it should go together. So putting on the panels started to go way quicker. And I just wish I had instructions that told me that. I couldn't find anything online otherwise, just how everything came together, but no specific information. It basically said this is step one, step two, step three, and these are the parts, but it didn't tell you like what not to do or to hold this into place, like put this panel on first to make this easier. Like no specific details like that, just the process of how the whole thing, came in order. Sometimes I honestly just stared at it and looked. as you'll see in these clips here, just to see what I was going to do, like, how to think the whole process and organize in my mind how I was going to put it together. It's getting dark, so I go to put the lights up again. I'm actually working and not just playing with the lights. Although at some point I do end up playing with the lights. So I forgot to add this. This is what I completed last night, except for this little tiny corner here. I finished that just now. So this is what I've done so far today. So there's two complete sides. Everything isn't tightened up yet, but I will tighten it after I finish, just to make sure I don't need to go back and do anything. These are some more behind the scenes clips of me putting everything together. There was a lot of up and down the ladder, as you can imagine. Plus, I had to make sure the ladder was steady because it was partially on the gravel. I'm feeling like I'm getting a lot of momentum here, going forward, getting a lot of progress at this point. I didn't work too late in the night, but I did come back to clean everything up and put everything away. Okay, so I'm about to put on like the curtains and the nets and all that stuff. Everything's done. All the tape is off. I've tightened everything up. So I'm good to go. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the daytime before I put the curtains on, just to show you how everything is. And then I'm going to show you like the inside part of it too. So I'm going around here. Okay. And I put like these base, like the cement here. Okay, so you can kind of see. All right, so this is the inside of the gazebo. So now you can see really good in the daytime. And I actually thought I was going to need help to put in the certain screws, but I just got like extension drill part, and that helped me. So now I'm just going to put the net thing up there, and then I'm going to put all the curtains up. And those things have hooks and stuff where you can put lights, and I'll probably do that later. So I thought I'd give you a long distance view. So this is how the gazebo looks from a distance. As I almost tripped down this little curved hill. But anyway, yeah, this is how it looks from a distance. I'm a little bit further back so you can see it in its entirety. Okay, there we go. I'm just putting up the curtains at this point, although I did have to take them down because I put it the wrong way when I first put it on. These are some more of the behind the scenes footage. And I think one day I didn't record myself on video, so I kind of put these clips together. So you'll see it kind of go from day to night. I am just finishing up the last panels that cover the roof. I definitely did a lot of walking during this time. I kept a lot of the parts and drills and things like that in those cement posts. Here is another angle. It has a different camera quality, so that's why it looks a little bit different and it is further back, but it gives you another view. Again, a lot up and down the ladder, so I definitely got my steps in on a regular basis during this time. Sometimes I would have to secure the edges and then go back to the corner, loosen it, tighten it, back and forth just to keep it secure. I am just putting up the light so that I can continue working into the night. So I believe I finished putting on the last panel actually on this day at night. So now it is the next day, and I'm just basically going over everything, tighten up all the bolts, removing the tape, just going over everything. And I'll also be using that tool I talked about to reach those high points that I could not reach by myself with my height or my arms. So you'll see that in some of these clips as well. I'm actually not a big fan of heights. So every time you see me go to the very top of the ladder, I'm always extra nervous and extra cautious. a different view of me, just tighten up everything. Again, making sure everything is in place and secure. That's me again with that long extension to reach that impossible hole to tighten the screw. So this part you'll be able to see me using that long tool I mentioned to reach those impossible hard screws to reach. As you can see, it's a drastic color difference with this particular camera because the quality is different. It's an older camera than my newer, closer ones. So some of these clips I think I put out of order, um, but here they are. I just didn't feel like going back and doing them over again as far as rearranging the clips. But anyway, these are some more of the clips that I think are a little bit out of order. So this is me just being captured on camera, of me recording on camera, talking to you guys about what I'm doing. That's me just using the pressure washer to clean up the area. So I am now putting up the curtains. I had to take the first set down because I think I had put it on the wrong way or something. Anyway, I had to take it down and do it over, but then it was smooth after that. I really like these because it has the mosquito net and it has the curtain to block out the sun and the mosquito net to keep the bugs out. So when it's not too windy, I'm able to use the curtains, which is not that often on this side. But anyways, I really love having that particular feature. So now I'm just tying up the corners of the curtains just to see how it looks, which it looks pretty cool. This is how it looks from a distance, which is at the edge of my wall actually. So the gazebo is finished. I'm just putting up the lights and I continue the next day. As you kind of see here, where I will be bringing out the furniture and everything to, make it look really nice and comfortable and cozy. As I think I mentioned before, I had already had all of the furniture prior that had been inside my house for a couple years that I hadn't even taken out there. So I didn't really have to buy a whole lot of stuff. I did get a couple new things, but the furniture and the rug I had already had purchased a couple years ago. So this is most of my outdoor furniture that I brought out for the day, except for the fire pit table, which I did add a clip at the end. So if you want to see that, just stick around to the end of this. So that's pretty much it. And then this is just how it looks at night. So it's raining outside. I don't know if you can see, but I wanted to come in here just to test, to show that there's no leakage. Oh, there's a little piece of tape I had to get over there. Anyway, there's no leakage. You can see the rain is coming down. You could probably hear it, but I just wanted to make sure, and it's cool. So this is my fire pit table that I absolutely love that I was talking about earlier. I haven't turned the fire part on yet, but I have been using the table part. I do plan on testing it out soon. It's just been so hot that I just haven't, been in a rush to do that. But I love it. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. These are the little nets. I can't really put the curtains out too much because it's super windy. I'm gonna go inside there, but I just kind of wanted to show you the outside part of it, of what I've done so far. There is a couple areas I'm gonna finish. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. I've put my furniture that I already had out here, but I just never use outside, and my carpet here, and then I have my little fire pit, which I haven't even tested out yet. I'll be doing that soon, but it's too hot, but I still got to test it out. But I absolutely love this table, and where I'm standing at right here is where I'm going to add some more pavers at a certain point, just to extend it out, because as you see, it doesn't fully cover. And that is the other chair right here, and there's the other one. So if I can stand out a little bit here, and that's a table I already had some cleaner on the table, and my egg chair is right there, but it's covered up. So later on I may show some pictures and stuff like that on my story or whatever about how it looked when it's completely done. So inside here I just hung up all of my solar lights, patio lights, with magnetic hooks, and that made it like super simple. Only thing you have to worry about is when it gets super windy, it may come down a little bit. This is what it looks like outside before it gets completely dark. That's my egg chair that's covered up. One of these times I will not have the cover on it, but I'm just sitting here chilling. That is the lid to my little fire table here, which I absolutely love. But those are the little lights, and I've got like the curtain with the mosquito net blocking this side so that I could have a little bit more privacy. And then this is the side over here. I'm just sitting here on my carpet.